Hello, and welcome back to the 2020-21 Vassar Athletics Award Ceremony. Once again, I'm Amy Canfield, Assistant Director of Athletics for Communications, and it is my extreme honor to present to you the Betty Richey Performer of the Year from a women's team. Before we announce this year's winner, I'm pleased to introduce you all to our top 4 finalists for this year's award. Nominated from women's tennis, Melina Stavropoulos; from field hockey, Natalie Johnston; from women's track and field and women's basketball, Sarah Galuli; and from women's lacrosse, Kaylee Perrette. Welcome to all of you to today's call. Thank you for being here. So just as a reminder to everyone, this award is given annually to one male and one female student athlete from any class in recognition of outstanding athletics performance in a Vassar Athletics Department sponsored sport over the course of a current single academic year. It recognizes athletics excellence attained individually and in the context of team, league, conference, regional, and/or national competition. Each of our top 4 finalists has made an incredible impact in their sports this past season, despite the global pandemic. I'd like to briefly read a portion of their nomination submitted by their coaches. Sarah is one of the few dual sports athletes that navigates both sports simultaneously. This year, she has faced multiple challenges on and off the field, and not once did she miss a team-held practice, lift, or competition opportunity, which may not sound like much, but took a lot of effort and communication on her part. The team's best middle distance runner over the past 2 years, the 2021 Liberty League East champion in the 800 meters, has also been a rock for the basketball team throughout this unusual year. She was a constant at all workouts and always found ways to help her teammates grow while fostering a supportive environment. In addition to her growth on the court, Sarah really bloomed into a role model and leader, having earned the title of captain this spring. Kaylee's unique combination of speed, explosiveness, stick work, and tenacity on the field helped propel the women's lacrosse team this season in a number of ways. They led the squad in nearly every statistical category, including assists, total points, shots, game-winning goals, free position goals, ground balls, draw controls, and caused turnovers. And all Liberty League first team selection, they ranked in the top 10 of all Liberty League stats, a feat only accomplished by them. And they were also second overall in points per game and draw controls per game in the conference. Their impact upon the women's lacrosse program is enormous, and the breadth of their contribution on the field cannot be underscored enough. Natalie is an all-around amazing player and leader, having gone from a sub off the bench her freshman year to one of the most impactful players on the field in subsequent years. Her role as a defensive midfielder means that she does not have the most stats, but her field awareness, speed, and knowledge of the game have greatly contributed to our success each season. She is easily at the top as one of the hardest workers I know. In a year in which our season never happened due to the pandemic, Natalie remained a dynamic and spirited leader, leading by example on and off the field. Her leadership is second to none and a major reason why our team culture has been so strong this year. Melina's athleticism is a strong asset in her game. Her footwork is precise, and she takes great pride in developing and maintaining her excellent fitness level. She has strong anticipation skills, and this year, she was successful in implementing an all-court singles game. That is a result of long-term work. In doubles, her continued development enabled her to win at the #1 doubles position. She is not only now the best doubles player on the Vassar team, but one of the very top double players in the league. An all Liberty League first team selection in singles and doubles this season, Melina was 10-3 overall, going 5-1 in singles and 5-2 in doubles. Her teammates have the utmost respect for her, and the team culture camaraderie is exceptional this year, in part due to her leadership as captain for 2020-21. So now you know why they are our top 4 finalists. Incredible words for all of our honorees. And now I'd like to hear from all of them with a little Q&A. So no need to be nervous. We're going to start with Melina. Through all the craziness of a COVID season, you and your teammates were able to make some incredible memories on the court. What is one moment that stands out to you from this incredible year in which women's tennis went to the championship match?
So this season for us was a little different, not just because of COVID, but also because we had a couple remote players and we had a couple players sort of moving in and out of playing time due to injury. So our team had to be really adaptable and positive throughout all this. And I think two really quick moments that sort of embody this. The first is when Sarah Enstrom, one of our newest team members, won her match at number 5 singles against Union. And she actually beat an opponent she had lost to a week prior. So it was just a really cool moment to see somebody develop that much, and over the course of a week too. And the second is when Kara Kizilwash and Sophie Shen, they usually play 2 doubles. And the morning of our Skidmore match, which is our toughest match, we had to sort of change our whole doubles lineup, and they had to not only play 1 doubles, but they also beat one of the top regionally ranked teams in Skidmore's 1 doubles team. So I think those 2 moments really capture the way our team was able to perform at really high level while dealing with changes on a day-to-day basis.
That is spoken like a true captain right there. Thank you so much. Next up, we're going to go to Natalie. So your team advanced to the Liberty League Championship game in 2019, only to have the pandemic take away 2020. For you, what was the most important aspect of team camaraderie this season to keep everyone driven and ready for 2021?
Hi, yeah, thank you. The most important aspect of our team camaraderie this season to keep everyone driven and ready was definitely prioritizing our team culture by maintaining our team first mentality. This is both a product of how we interact both on the field and off the field. On the field, we've always played for each other. We make hard runs for each other. We send good passes to make each other look good, and we hustle in every play in order to improve ourselves so that we can help the team. Vassar has always had this team first approach. So this year, our goal was really just to continue to meet this standard despite not having competition. But thankfully, we were able to have 1 scrimmage and our inter-squad scrimmages. So we really got to show off how much work we put in the fall and the spring. Off the field, our team is very close, and we had 11 first years this year, which is a pretty huge recruiting class. So initially we had to work a little harder to make sure everyone felt supported in the team environment. So this involved like small team meals and small COVID safe group gatherings at the beginning of the fall semester. And because we put in this work early, our team dynamic has been phenomenal. So by prioritizing our team culture and maintaining this team first mentality, we have produced this current 2020-2021 VCFH team, which is probably the closest and most cohesive groups I've been a part of. And I'm really excited for what we've done this year and what they're going to do next year.
Well, we're all excited to see what Vassar Field Hockey is going to be able to do in 2021. Absolutely. Now we will go to Kaylee. So as read in the description, you led the team in nearly every stat category this year. So your sophomore season, as most may or may not know, was cut short after just 4 games due to the pandemic. How did you mentally rebound, to up your game into your junior season?
Yeah, so I mean, it was definitely difficult given last season. Last season, I think a lot of us had in our heads that was going to be our year, which was really hard to lose. We lost 6 seniors who were all really great players. And I also wasn't here in the fall, so I didn't get the fall season to kind of play around with some of my teammates and meet the freshmen. So it was definitely tough, I won't lie. But once I came back, I think I was just so grateful to be with people again, to be with my team, and to have the opportunity to be on the field. I hadn't seen an official lacrosse field with other people for over a year, and coming back in and being told that we're going to have the opportunity to have a season, I think all of us, including myself, were just like, we're going to do whatever we need to get done to make this worth it. We know what it's like to play a season with people that we think is going to be a really important season and have that taken from us. So we did have some games canceled because of COVID, obviously, but I think every game that we could show up to and we did show up to, we left it all out there. We wanted to make sure that we played every game like it was our last, because we knew what that was like.
And, and you guys, it might not have been the ending to your season that you would have wanted, but you guys really did put it all out there every single game. And now finally, last but not least, we're going to go to Sarah. So you had to endure the loss of your track season last spring because of COVID. You shouldered a tough loss of your basketball season this winter. And then finally, you were able to compete in track this spring. What lifted you up the most to continue to drive towards excellence in both of your sports?
Yeah, so I'd say like my teammates and the senior leadership on both my teams really motivated me the most. For basketball, we have 3 great captains, and even though we found out that our season was canceled this year pretty early on, they still showed up to pickups and practices with such a positive attitude. And just being able to share the court with them and play pickup has just been so much fun and has motivated me to keep working hard in basketball. And then for track, we were just all so grateful to have a season. Personally, I didn't think we were going to. And with our great senior leadership and Emily, Gowan, and Josh, they just set the tone and worked so hard in the fall and really set us up for success in the spring. For track, like everyone is just so supportive and we all cheer each other on, and that just really motivates me to perform for the team. And just celebrate the little things and be with my teammates is just the most important and motivating thing for me.
And you guys really do. I can tell you, even in the rain at the Liberty League East Championships, it was definitely loud and definitely exciting despite the rain and the cold weather. So absolutely. Thank you all for your wonderful responses and for joining us here today. It is now time to unveil the winner of the 2020-21 Betty Richey Performer of the Year from a women's team.
And the award goes to Kaylee Perrette, Women's Lacrosse.
Thank you so much. Thank you for even considering me for this award. I want to make sure that I thank my coaches, Judy, Slanks, and Eliza. Make sure that I thank my teammates, couldn't do anything without them, and especially my co-captain, Alessandra Fable. None of this would have been possible without all of us working together as the unit we always do. So, thanks guys.